Hey guys, well, I decided to go live on this one because some big news came out this morning, and I haven't done this before, so I'm not sure how the feed will work, but it looks like it's doing pretty good. Yeah, this is the Out of Breath Armstar Packer Minute, the show where I walk around the neighborhood talking about the Packers, and you watch to see if I get offloaded by a cargo van. And today I jumped on live because Ahman Green has been arrested on suspicion of child abuse, and so it's not good news to talk about today, but I went live because this just broke this morning. And you know, this is the Packers all-time leading rusher, a well-beloved figurehead in the Packers Hall of Fame. Hey there, Jack, good to see you. I wish it was under better circumstances, my friend, but yeah, and of course Ahman Green, he's got his own show. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate you tuning in, man. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, if you don't already, that'd be appreciated as well. I'm going to be doing more and more of this. This live show on YouTube is going to be, I'm going to be doing a lot. Hey, there's Cujo, by the way. It would just happen that I'll either get clocked by a van or I'll get eaten by Cujo on the day that I have to come tell you guys about Ahman Green. You know, I was a fan, guys, and you remember the whole Batman thing. My kids got me a Batman mug for Father's Day. I was pretty stoked about it, but I likened it to the Packers due to Ahman Green, and now we've got this bad news coming out. I think the important thing is, you know, not to get ahead of ourselves. This is an investigation that is taking place. However, the sheriff of Brown County did verify that he had been brought in on suspicion of child abuse. So, you know, even the suspicion is kind of it's a sad thing, I guess. Obviously, the thing we have to get out of the way first is the most important thing is the safety of the children, and it's an investigation. So no charges have been filed that I know of yet. There's an investigation ongoing. They're going to have to figure out what exactly happened, number one, and you know, interview everybody. And this is going to take some time, but we will definitely be keeping you up to date as much as we can on all the breaking news for the Packers. Unfortunately, this is the part of the season when there isn't that much to talk about, and the one thing you hope for is you don't get that kind of news that no team wants. And so far, with the arrest of LaTroy Guion and now Ahman Green, the only thing we've had is that news that we don't want. Of course, Green's not a current player, so it doesn't necessarily affect us immediately, but it affects the entire, it in fact affects Packer Nation, because we're a family, and we take care of our own and we take care of our kids, and this is not the kind of thing that you want to see popping up, especially when a guy like as beloved as Ahman Green is involved. There's a couple of stories, as much as I hate to say it, but this calls to mind. The first one that calls to mind is the Adrian Peterson story. You know, Adrian with the hated Vikings. We hated playing him, but he was a great running back, and served a year suspension for basically the same allegations, the same charges. And again, I'm not saying that Ahman is guilty or innocent. He is innocent until he has been proven guilty. Busy, we know that. That's for sure. So we're going to wait and see on any kind of judgment, passing any judgment. But in the meantime, it certainly does bring the Adrian Peterson story to mind. That said, that's not the only story it brings to mind. To me, it brings to mind Darren Sharper, for crying out loud. And it's not the same situation, but a Packer who also went to the Vikings. I see the question being asked. It faded off on me. What did he do? Well, we don't know what he did, okay? Sorry, I can't call you by name. The comment faded off. But he is under investigation for child abuse, though. So this is one of those domestic abuse types of things that is becoming way too common for NFL players and ex-NFL players. And Ahman Green now under investigation, and did get arrested, I believe, spent some time in the Brown County Jail. They have verified that they are investigating him, and that's the way it has to work. Right now, what we have to do is we just have to let the system do its work. We don't really have any way to chime in on that. You know, you want, the number one thing is for the children to be safe. I still want to support Ahman Green. I hope that this is just a big mistake, or this may be one of those interpretive things, because there's a difference between, in my mind, there's a big difference between child abuse and discipline, and those sort of gray areas are probably what are being worked out right now. So coming up Cherokee Road, it might get a little bit loud, and I didn't put my microphone on today, but I'm gonna swing around and do a little more talking, because this is a pretty big story. But at any rate, right now, we know it's gonna be sad. If it's not true, then Ahman Green's still gonna be tied with that story forever. If it is true, that means that his children may have been hurt, and that's the most important thing, the thing we don't want to see happen. So again, we don't have a lot of details, verification that he is under investigation. And I hate to say it, but a lot of times when it comes to these kind of stories, I've been one of those guys that's gotten on record and said, you know, where there's smoke, there's often fire. And I certainly hope that's not the case with Ahman Green, because I really like the guy. I watch his show all the time too. I know you guys did as well, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But again, anything that calls to mind the Darren Sharper story, the Adrian Peterson story, man, it's just a sad, sad commentary, I think, on where some of these NFL players and former NFL players are going. And I just don't think it adds well to an off season that so far has only produced bad news as far as the news goes for Packers fans. Now again, that said, we've had 2 stories. We've had 2 arrests. LaTroy Guion on a DUI, and LaTroy Guion is a guy, frankly, I think we can do without anyway. And then this Ahman Green story, which is he's not a current player, so it's not going to affect our roster so much. It's just going to affect the whole milieu, cultural milieu, I'll use that term, of Packer Nation. And so hopefully all of this sort of works its way out and everything is okay when all is said and done. In the meantime, we're going to keep you up on everything. I will probably be back, since this is not the usual Out of Breath Armstore Packer Minute, I will probably be going live again with the Out of Breath Armstore Packer Minute to talk about some good stuff today for a second time. So I will likely be going live again this afternoon. I'd love for you to join me. You can check out my Monday through Friday show on Facebook at Green Bay Packer Nation, or facebook.com/Green Bay Packer Nation. And yeah, I do that Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, every single day. So we'll catch you later this afternoon, and check out my show, Good Packer Nation Morning, Monday through Friday at Facebook. Talk to you later. Bye.